I never even thought your family gets notified if you just get wounded. So I'm thinking I'm going to call her up and say, hey, baby, you'll never guess where I'm at and all that, you know, thinking she has no idea this happened. So she picks up the phone. I say, happy anniversary, because this is our 13th wedding anniversary. Lucky 13, right? So I say, happy anniversary. She says, oh, my God, are you all right? I heard you got your eye blown out. And I reached up, and there was a socket where my eye used to be. And I said, oh, I guess I did. And I was amazed that she knew so much more about what was going on than I did. And so we talked. And I got to tell you, just hearing her voice, those things bigger than myself, my family. I tell you, I thought I was in my 0-4 moment, and just hearing my family, those things bigger than myself, I thought that was it. I thought this was what I needed, and I was good. And soon enough, we hang up the phone. It was like a little morale call, and then I get put in the ward in Germany. I got a roommate there. His name's Corporal Sean Talbot. And I'm talking to him all the time because I'm blind. I can't see nothing, so I talk to him. I talk his ear off every day. And I say, Sean, we got to start making a Marine unit. We got to make a platoon here in the hospital. We got to start building a unit here just like we would anywhere else. He says, well, I can't walk, Gunny. He'd been hit by a rocket also. His lower body was riddled with shrapnel. His lower body was a mess. I said, okay. I said, can you see? He said, yeah, I can see. I said, okay, stand by. So I got a wheelchair. I dumped Sean in the wheelchair, and I became the legs, and he became the eyes, and we started this Marine unit. And I got to tell you, I was getting a better deal out of this. Sean was a recon Marine, so he could describe everything. That's what he did. He gets sit reps for a living, so he could describe everything like being there. And I had a broken foot. I got shot in the head, and I had a broken foot. I don't know how that one happened, but I was a crappy set of legs. So Sean was getting the worst end of this deal, but we started this Marine unit, turning those things bigger than ourselves. And helping you move forward. But for me, I'm moving on. I end up in Bethesda. At Bethesda, I get another roommate, Corporal Ortiz. Corporal Ortiz was completely deaf, and I was completely blind, so we were crappy roommates. This wasn't working out at all. These 3 Marines would come find me every day. They were privates, PFCs, Lance Corporals. They'd say, hey, you're a Gunny, right? Because you get everything cut off you in the hot once you get wounded. So, no, you know, so you're not walking around in your uniform anymore. You're in hospital stuff. They said, you're a Gunny, right? I said, yeah, I'm a Gunny. They said, you probably like coffee. I said, yeah, I like coffee. They said, we're going to go get some. You want to come with? I said, sure. So they became my C&I Marine, and they take me through Hill and Dale. For 3 days straight, they come and give me for this coffee. These guys are like 18, 19 years old. So then it hit me. I thought, they're pitying the Gunny. They're feeling sorry for them. They don't want this. They're feeling sorry for the Gunny, and they're taking him out for a walk every day. And I thought, nobody's going to do that for me. No way. I'm still the Gunny. So I got my whole speech laid out for these guys on the 4th day. And I got to give you a little background to this. Now, it's been about 2 weeks since I've been hit. And all of us, I can't see them, but they all got to be in about the same boat I am. You know, we all got lots of sutures and stitches, so you can't cut your hair, you can't shave. And I honestly didn't remember taking a shower since Fallujah. You know, so we were probably not a good smelling crowd either. And we're all probably missing the hardware. Missing parts. So we're not a good looking crowd. So the 4th day they come give me for this coffee and they take me down there, and now I'm gonna let them have it. I'm gonna give them the Gunny speech. I said, nobody's gonna be pitying the Gunny. This is baloney. You're not gonna come down here feeling sorry for me, taking me for a walk and all this. And they started laughing. They were cracking up. They said, no, Gunny. They said, this is where the chicks hang out. They were out trying to pick up girls. They were just bringing me along to get coffee. So I said, all right, I don't know how good you're going to do, but good luck. Strength. I tell you, the hospital will always make you realize you are in the company of heroes. You are these young individuals that I always used to look at in a certain light. I was starting to look at them in a whole lot different light. The strength they would show, the courage they would show. They were the same guys they were before they got hit. Nothing changed about them except for they had gotten a little bit of physical rearrangement. It was going to take me a little bit of time to learn that same lesson. I moved on from there. I left Bethesda. I had to go through a metal detector leaving Bethesda. And I just gotten boots. I've been all the way from Iraq to Maryland, halfway, 8,000 miles barefoot. So I'm starting to get a little perturbed by that. But I finally got some boots, and when I left Bethesda, I had to go through a metal detector to get on a plane, even a military transport for whatever reason. And the beeper went off, and I said to Phil, I said, oh, it's these boots I got on my feet. He put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, It's not your boots, buddy. Go ahead. You know, oh crap, I must be looking pretty bad right now. So I ended up in Balboa Naval Hospital down in San Diego. This is close to home. And now I'm figuring it's time to start getting my life back. Now I'm going to get back on a tank, get back in the fight, get back to Iraq. This is what I do. I'm a tank commander. This is what I do. So I go see a doctor in Balboa. He takes one look in this eyeball, the one I still have left, and he says, "Get used to it, Gunny. You're going to be blind for the rest of your life." I said, "Okay, I can do that. This is my 0 point of moment. I'll figure out whatever the heck it is blind people do, and I'll get to be the best in the world. And I can do this." And I went to see the next doctor. The next doctor looked in that same eye and said, "I don't know, Gunny. It's all full of blood. For all the more we know, it may come back 100%. I said, "All right, forget that first plan. Second doctor, you're my doctor." Well, the truth was somewhere in the middle. And I would get a surgery at Balboa Naval Hospital. They would end up pulling a piece of shrapnel out of my left eye. It was about half the size of your little finger. It entered my right temple with a grenade explosion and traveled all the way through my head and ended up behind my left eye. And my friends like to joke with me. They said if I had a little more brain matter, it wouldn't have made it so far. And I'd be able to see just fine, you know. So, but I tell you, I was another one. I used to joke about the naval medical system. As a matter of fact, the surgical unit in Fallujah, we used to call it the animal hospital. But those doctors, when I got hit, this eyeball had been blown down into my sinus cavity. Not only did they get up where it belonged, they bolstered it up. And then when this surgery at Balboa, I woke up from this surgery and there was a surgeon standing over me holding 3 fingers. He said, "How many fingers am I holding up?" And I said, 3. Holy crap, I can see. I would end up getting 8% of my vision. It's 92% blind spot. I have an 8-degree field of view. But I tell you, if you've been totally blind, 100% blind, 8% feels like a million. So, still thinking I'm at my 0800 moment, I went back to work. I showed up at my old unit, tank battalion. They said, "What the heck are you doing here, Gunny?" I said, "I'm reporting for duty. I'm ready to go to work." They said, "Then we give you convalescent leave." I said, "Yeah, wait till I feel better to use that stuff. I'm here to work." So what are they going to do with me? I'm legally blind. They can't put me back on a tank. They put me to work on a desk in an office. And I got to tell you, up to this point, I have been proudly ignorant of my grasp of Marine Corps paperwork. In closing, I would say that what I've learned through this whole thing, and hopefully what you take away from this talk, is you don't get to pick your mission. You only get to control how well you do it. And that value system that you had before, if you ever have to face adversity in your life, in my case it was a rocket to the head, in your life it may be whatever. But that value system you had before that adversity hits you is the value system that's going to get you through. Character, that's what's going to get you through. In my case, once a Marine, always a Marine. That's what took me through it. And I would love to close by, once again, thanking those veterans. Because for me, I know that this country I serve, this country I've had the privilege of living in, the Marine Corps I've had the privilege of serving in, the VA system that got me back on my feet, in this nation that I've returned to, none of those things happen by accident. They happen by the command sergeant major over there serving 30-odd years. They happen by this gentleman right here flying fighter planes in World War II. And I greatly benefited from all your sacrifices through all the years, to all the other veterans out there. I say thank you, and thank you for your time.